Hey, hello everybody. We are here at Backstage Sustainability. We are in Boulder, Colorado, and I forgot the place. Boulder Theater, right. We're in Boulder Theater, we're in the green room. Let me get back here so we can see everybody better. Nice. Yeah, we just had a crazy drive. Came all the way from California in here. We had like a day to drive, it was insane. Went over the mountains and whatnot, but we're here in Colorado now and it's freezing cold.
It's not
And
cold yet.
well, we came from California, so it's freezing cold for us. So I am here with
Sophie McVicker and Alison Robinson.
well, thank you so much for joining us here at Backstage Sustainability. We're gonna be tossing around some concepts about sustainable living, and I heard you guys are into food. You think
Yeah.
so? How do you think nutrition or food choices impact a sustainable future?
I don't know if it's so much about food choices in terms of different nutritional values, but more in terms of where you're getting your food, I think. A lot of people don't realize where their food is coming from. Like, the analogy I use is if we had to go out and pick an apple from a tree every time you wanted to eat an apple, or if every time you wanted to go get some chicken, you had to skin a chicken, you would think about things differently. Like, value what you have more and waste way less, because we throw away a lot of food, I feel like. And
60%.
yeah, 60% of the food that we
Wow.
acquire, we end up throwing away. So people don't think that we can feed our whole planet, however many people are at now, like 7 billion, I think, and we're getting close.
I think 7 billion since October.
Wow, see,
Yeah.
7 billion people.
Scary.
They think we can't feed that whole planet without using, genetically modified organisms and just producing in mass amounts, but we can if we just cut back our waste and produce less.
Yeah.
And then also, I feel like people think it's really expensive to buy local or buy organic, but if that was the only option, then there wouldn't be an alternative, a cheaper alternative, so it would be the same price, if we
Right.
just got rid of this terrible, cheaper alternative that we've created, then we wouldn't have to pay so much for local stuff.
Yeah, makes sense.
Rant over.
You want to say something?
Yeah, actually, I have something to say about that. Also, people don't realize how far their food is coming from, like transportation costs, the CO2 emissions, just the entire middleman that you can cut out by buying local food is helping the farmer, is developing a relationship between you and your food. You're knowing where it's coming from, and that increases value when you know that you're helping out a local family, know the people that you're supporting, and yeah, I definitely think buying local is extremely important.
Wow, yeah.
Righteous.
Yeah.
Yeah, also on that note, I think regarding paying more for the food, I think when you take in the health benefits and the health concerns of GMO processed food, I mean, these kind of foods have created an entire category of Western diseases, that didn't exist before the processing and westernizing of food. And if you have to pay a little bit more to get food that's not going to give you diabetes and all kinds of different cancers and stuff, it's totally worth it.
I think it's definitely worth it, but with the state of the economy, not necessarily everyone. People use that as an excuse to not buy local. It's
Right.
like, I can't afford it.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, they get us with convenience, It's extremely hard to be all the time buying local. It's especially traveling the country. Sometimes some towns, some cities, you really don't have an option. It's like you go in a town, all it's Walmart, some other large corporations, and yeah, it's scary to think about how dependent humanity has become on processed foods and large corporations. And I actually think that music has a huge potential in
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
in helping humanity on many levels. You know, I feel like the disconnect between people has brought us in this position. You know, and imagine a society in which you know all your suppliers personally. You dance with them. You know,
Yep.
you party at night. You make music with them. You know. It's unimaginable now. Imagine going to Walmart and say, "Hey, you want to come party?" Or like, "You want to dance?" The human connection between consumers and producers is gone right now, and that just allows for crime to exist. You know, we don't know how this producer is treating their animals. We don't know what poisons they might be putting in our food. But if we really have a connection with the farmer, then we know how they treat the animals. We know what they use to fertilize the soil, and we might even help them, you know. I think that we could do that with music, you know, get communities together. Festivals, you know, festivals have such a potential, I think.
They really do.
You know,
They're
they do,
they're a
right?
trend right
They
now,
change
yeah.
people's lives.
Especially the new kind of like the new age festival, where like there's a lot of festivals I've seen now that are emerging that aren't even as much about music, which is kind of interesting, but they're about like this new transcendental movement, you know, about new age, finding yourself, and I don't know. I haven't been to one, so I can't speak to their
Like
I don't know,
Burning Man.
awesomeness.
kind
Yeah,
of.
like Burning Man or like Arise here in Colorado and Loveland was really about that. And I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I think that it
Wow.
is definitely a great way to spread a message like that. People
Wow.
would definitely pay attention.
Could you imagine to live in a festival?
It's like a different world.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no, because, I mean, we kind of have
Yeah,
lived in festivals for like summers at a time. I don't know about
Permanently.
always. It would be awesome, but I don't know if it would be the same if you did it every day, you know?
Right.
Because it's kind of this thing you anticipate and you go to, and then you have these really fond and like out there memories about. So if you did it every day, I don't know how that would. I don't know.
I have a comment on that. Actually, one of the best things, I went to my first couple music festivals this summer, and one of the best things was like that shock of like coming home is definitely sad. You're in like that after festival where you're like, oh, it's coming back to reality. but you still have that like that after festival high of just wanting to talk to everyone and wanting to connect with everyone.
Yes.
And granted, yeah, there is going to be a large percentage of people who shut you down and who don't respond to that. But when you really do connect with someone and you take the time to talk to people that you wouldn't normally talk to in your everyday life, I mean, it's life-changing.
Yeah, it is. All Good actually changed my life this year, and last year too. At some point I found myself in the middle of the forest, the sun was rising, and I was looking through the tents and I was seeing how like individual communities had formed.
Yeah.
You know, people all didn't know each other when they got there, and they formed their tribes. Now they had circles with people dancing in the middle, and I was like, you know what? This is how we should be doing conferences.
Yeah.
No awkward businessmen in ties. You know, be yourself. Speak your desires. Let it out through music. Let it out through dance. Connect. Don't be shy. You know, like, I feel like we have so many boundaries, like, that all keep us in our little eggshell, you know? And then we get all misunderstood, and we get upset, and then we start doing evil things, you know? I think a lot of people that strive to get money and power, they're just frustrated. They just feel misunderstood and can't connect.
Yeah.
You know, and
Get taken over by greed.
yeah, and I think the tribal spirit kind of wakes up empathy in people, and I think we could use that from festivals. Use that invigoration of the tribal spirit. Spirit.